Yo, what's up, duelists? If you watched yesterday's video against Totagon, the Total Gauntlet, which was super hype, you guys saw me debut this deck that I stole from someone else, basically. I stole the concept, at least, but I put my own spin on the list. I've made a few changes from yesterday's list. I'm not going to keep Gappy S waiting. I'm going to go play against him, but I'll describe the list a little bit more as we're playing the games. We're hopping right in today. We're getting right into things. Get comfortable. Grab a snack. Grab a drink. Grab a. What do you guys tell me in the comments below? What do you guys do when you watch these videos? Do you watch them while you're driving? I'm just kidding. You don't watch videos while driving. Do you put them on in the background? Do you watch them while you're eating dinner? Do you make your girlfriend watch them? Do you make your kids watch them? No, I'm just kidding. All right, shit. We're going first. Hell yeah. So the way this deck works is we set up Stardust Dragon Assault mode. That's kind of the game plan, but we have a B plan of just like synchro spam, which is pretty cool too. I recently added Stratos to the deck. So this hand is ass for a couple of reasons, but mostly just because, how do I say this? It doesn't do the thing, but I'm going to set Sangan. So that's going to be goal number one. I can't get Malicious out of my hand very easily in this deck. That's something that I've been like considering, like, do I really want this? He's got his own Lone Fire. That's honestly okay. Our deck doesn't really care about Titanial that much. Like, it kind of does, but not really. Because we can just make Assault Mode, and Assault Mode beats Titanial. He's going to attack Sangan. Sangan's going to get us a search. And that search is going to be for... We already have Lone Fire, so we don't really need it. But we might want to just grab another one, just in case. So, I'll grab a second Lone Fire. This is just in case. Titanial can negate Supervise, can negate the Brain Control, but it's not my primary concern here, really. UFO Turtle. I think we just go end phase, discard Malicious, and hope not to die. That's kind of my game plan here. Next turn, I am going to... Well, I guess I could Brain Control it, force the activation, but then I can't discard the Malicious. And then we're in this awkward spot where... Am I attacking with UFO Turtle, or am I using Lone Fire, or what's the plan here? We can always Brain Control it next turn, right? So I'll just go end phase, discard Malicious now, and then pass. And then next turn we can have the option to like Brain Control, go for Stardust, go for all that stuff, basically. So, as long as we don't draw our second Assault Mode, we should be able to set up a Stardust Assault Mode. Which is the game plan. I know I kind of just threw you guys into the gameplay here, but here we are. This is another reason why I was thinking maybe Gores in this deck is decent. It does suck that, like, UFO Turtle definitely has, like, significant diminishing returns, but alas, here we are. If he lets the Brain Control resolve, like, he can't let the Brain Control resolve. Not a bad draw. He can't let the Brain Control resolve because then we can normal Lone Fire and sack his Titanial. So he just basically is forced to negate this. This is just a 1-for-1 that cost me 800. Which sucks, but what are you going to do? I have to get it out of play. If the back row's Torrential, we get owned, but if it's anything else, we're okay. So I will activate Malicious. Banish that boy, and then go get Malicious from deck. He's our resident 6-star. I was thinking about Ultimate Offering in this deck too, as like another way to go crazy with Lone Fire. Maybe like cut a UFO Turtle and then go crazy with the Lone Fires, but the deck just really sucks when you don't have access to your engine, basically. So I feel like just maxing the number of... If this gets Solemned, I actually don't think we can search for an Assault Mode activate. That's kind of the worst case scenario here, is it gets Solemned and then we can't search for Assault Mode activate. Otherwise, we're kind of chilling. We could even attack. I'm not going to. We could, though. In theory, attack. So I'm going to pass. We might die, but I think it's okay. Let me see. M1 is good. I don't think we need to do anything with this Stardust until he goes to battle phase. I don't think he has anything that punishes us for this. Like, he's probably not playing like Herald of Orange Light or anything like that. So if he goes for anything, like, we have the Stardust. Like he has to out the Stardust first, and that's when we can chain the Assault Mode Activate. We don't want to go for the Assault Mode Activate too, because if he has Solemn Judgment, then he can Solemn that, and it kills our Stardust for free, and then he just kills me. So basically, he's forced to out the Stardust, we chain Assault Mode Activate, then he's forced to out the Assault Mode, then he has to kill us on top of that. So he has to force 2 negates, then kill us, and I don't think that that's something he's going to be able to do. I see a lot of players not use Assault Mode Activate as like a level up on the Stardust, but if your opponent can't immediately out the Stardust Dragon, he's going to target this. I'm actually going to let this resolve, I believe. Yeah. Go ahead. Mill your 3. Once again, he's in the same spot. He has to out this Stardust. He's playing the main deck Compulsory. This card has gotten me a lot out of Quick Draw recently. I think Compulsory is like the hidden boss card of Quick Draw. It's really, really strong in the deck for some reason. Here comes Caius. Caius is going to target Stardust. I'm going to chain Assault Mode Activate. And then I'm going to have basically my Stardust Dragon Assault Mode. He has already spent his normal summon. He's spent his 2 cards. I have an Omni Negate in play. It's going to be very difficult for him to win this. And even if he is, you can't. It's summoned Chain Link 2. Yeah, so this dodges Bottomless. Bottomless can't be activated when a monster summons Chain Link 2 or higher, or in the middle of a sequential resolution. Kind of like Drill Warrior. It's the reason why you can't Bottomless Drill Warrior when it comes out off of its effect, basically. Same reason you can't Torrential. He says, yikes. Yeah, exactly. This deck is horrifying. I was like thinking about it the other day, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I never want to play versus this deck ever. So we start off here by just clearing the Caius. It's pretty much what we do. We'll just negate that. Main phase 2. I'm just gonna set UFO Turtle just so we have like some medium of defense. But I'm gonna +1 every single turn with the Stardust Assault Mode. And that's the vibe. He can kill it by battle, but that's pretty much his only way. And he has to level up without using a monster effect, which is going to be very difficult for him to do. Because Assault Mode just negates everything. So, I think we're okay here. I think we're okay. As long as he doesn't main deck like DD Crow, I think we're okay. Game 2, Game 3 is going to be difficult because he's got the DD Crows. But I think we've got triple Iron Wall, so we should be okay. He's going to hit Dandelion there. It's going to work out well for him. I mean, this doesn't really matter. I can also just no effect on the UFO Turtle. It doesn't really matter. I don't need to summon anything in attack position. That's going to be a liability. Let me think. Do I want to no effect it? Sure, no effect. I'm just doing it to keep my life total high. Because the way he wins this is by like forcing my negate and then attacking me. But I will eventually run him out of cards basically by doing this. And also deal him a bajillion life points. So. Okay. This turn we go battle phase. We run over the... I think it's best to run over the Card Trooper. No, it's best to run over the Caius. I don't want to have to negate his draw yet. He's going to take 600. Okay, cool. Main phase 2, I can go into my Gigaplant now. Which is kind of nice. So we'll do that. Activate Lone Fire. Go get Gigaplant. Oh, he's going to chain something. Okay. Okay. What is the chain? On Torrential. Torrential on the Lone Fire effect. I'll negate that. And then we can summon. Do we have a plant? We have Nettles. That's funny. We have Nettles to make it so he can't Bottomless me. So let's go get Nettles in defense. End phase, Stardust Assault Mode comes back out again. And we've successfully grinded him, like with this one card, we've grinded him out of a Caius, a Torrential, and a D-Prison, as well as, honestly, just everything. Like, we've grinded him out of a lot of stuff. He's going to mill another 3 here. We're going to get more info on the deck. Cost. Okay, that's fine. Honestly, that's fine. I don't really care. He's got double Bottomless. He is playing D-Prison. He's playing at least 2 Caius. This is all standard stuff. The only thing that seeing is kind of nice for us is the compulsory. That might adjust how we play game 2. If we want to go for Thought Ruler Archfiend, if we want to go for something slightly different. You know the vibes. Okay, he's going to pass the turn back. We're going to draw our Gigaplant now. Unfortunate, but we do have another copy in the deck, so I'm okay with that. I think, once again, we just want to go for, like, easy pickings here. I am just going to go for normal Blazewing Butterfly. If he wants to bottomless, like, I'll let that trade happen. Like, this is perfectly fine. And now I can attack the Card Trooper, deal 2,600, and negate the draw as well. I'll negate it. End phase, we get back the Assault mode. And yeah, he's like slowly running out of cards. He is still hanging in there because of those tokens. It's making me kind of slow down a bit. And I'm also not drawing the best, but this Phoenix Wing should be kind of a lights out moment here, for us at least. I can summon the Arcane Apprentice and just start picking off his tokens. I could also just go into my Gigaplant now, which I think I'm going to do, while I have the comfort of Stardust Assault mode defending me. This is definitely the best card in Edison format, Stardust Assault mode. Like, it's the best, like, card you can summon. Like, this and, like, Christia are, like, kind of the two, like, over-the-top boss monsters that have no business being that good. We're going to go ahead and hit the token. Keep it simple. Hit the token. The reason we're hitting the tokens here is because if the set monster is like a Reiko or something, we can... What is the thing? I lost. I completely lost what I was thinking about. Doesn't matter. I win. That's pretty much it. That's what I'm talking about. He has to amass so much advantage just to get ahead here, basically. And it's just unlikely. Does Tornado target my back row? I'll chain it. Target a set monster. Set him back further. Now he's got Foolish. That's fine. We can just save the negate for something that actually matters. I could even negate the Dandelion tokens if I want to, but that's fine. Yep, Dandy's fine. Unproblematic. Basically, like, he's gonna have to play a card every single turn to preempt my Stardust Assault mode, and if that card doesn't immediately threaten the Stardust Assault mode, he can't play a card after. So he's just bleeding card advantage. Basically. Says, you got this one. Yeah. Oh, I definitely got this one. I definitely got this one. The next one's going to be a little bit more tough. I think this one's going to be trickier. Compulsory is an issue, for sure. I think we need to bring in our back row hate. I think Soul Release is kind of based in this matchup. Imperial Iron Wall is obviously very strong versus DD Crow, which he most likely has a large number of in his sideboard. But it also helps against Drill Warrior, which is kind of nice, I guess. And Deep Prison and stuff. Caius, it stops. Does a pretty good job in this matchup. Actually, in most matchups, I feel like Imperial Iron Wall is kind of just that card. So that's cool. That's a cool part of the sideboard plan. But I don't know what we're going to side out. One of the biggest issues I've had with this deck is, like, going second, how do we side? What do we adjust? What's the switch up? The biggest thing I've been changing is, like, just cutting Swing of Memories. But because that's kind of our follow-up play. But this matchup might be a bit more grindy, a bit more, like, difficult to find that edge. So I think Swing of Memories is actually, like, pretty important in this matchup, whereas I think cards like UFO Turtle are not as important. I think we're going to be playing a slower game where UFO Turtle isn't really at his best. So I'm going to side out 2 UFO Turtles. I'm also going to side out probably... I want to side out maybe 1 Arcane Apprentice. And then I'm going to try and side out Giant Trunade. Actually, Giant Trunade might be important for going second and just getting the Assault mode activate on. But the thing is, like, even after we resolve Assault mode activate, we have to have Iron Wall. Because if we don't have Iron Wall, then it just gets crowed and we kind of get owned. So it's possible we want to pivot this deck away from Assault mode entirely post-board. How realistic is that? I don't know. I don't know if that's realistic at all. I don't know if that's like a game plan we can rely on. I think that that's something I want to work on with this deck, is figuring out a way where game 1 you have this busted assault mode activate, and then game 2 you side into something that doesn't have that. So all of the shit that they've sided in to counteract your assault mode activate is just completely dead. So I think that that's something I want to do. I think brain control, mind control are both pretty bad, actually. I think those are like clear side out. Mind control might be a little bit better because it hits Raikou and shit. And then we could just like play a fair game with like Gore's Trag too. It's not the weirdest thing in the world. Caius is super annoying. I'm gonna swap Dust Tornado for Mind Control, just because like I want to make sure the back row stays clear. This gives us a lot of ways to attack the back row. Between the Dust Tornado and our 3 spells and 2 breakers, we've got 6 ways, which is pretty nice. Might even want to go up to 7. This hand does have that Iron Wall. It's got Foolish Burial. It's got Blazewing Butterfly. But we're staring down a turn 1 Titanial yet again. So that's problematic. Never mind, he drew it. Thank God. That would have been really, really silly. Alright, we drew Stratos, which is cool. I can go ahead and make Stardust. Or I could blow up his back row. I'm not really sure what the best line is here. If I go... Actually, I am sure the best line. Am I sure the best line? Do I know what I'm doing? Do I even know who I am? Identity crisis. I think. So if I Foolish Malicious, I make Stardust. He doesn't have an out. Well, I have True Nade. I could just True Nade first. I'm able to put him on 1 token too, so he can't tribute summon the Titanial. I think Stardust Iron Wall might be good enough to get there, straight up. So I'm just going to go for it. I don't think our deck really does anything else besides that, and our hand isn't great, so I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for the True Nade. Foolish Malicious. Activate Malicious, question mark? He might have Crow here. Okay, no Crow. That's good news for us. That is really good news for us, because now Crow should be offline. We summon Plague, and you have to kill the token here, because if he has that Titanial, he can tribute summon it. Yeah. And now we can make Stardust, which is like pretty good. Like, okay, we're down 2 cards. Outright, we're just down 2 cards. But I've got a Floodgate and a Negate. So maybe. It's unlikely, but maybe. Maybe. Activates Quick Draw. Suck my balls, dude. Alright, well, that's going to be good. At least he'll have to pitch a card. Yeah, he pitches a Titanial. That's too strong. That's too strong. He can make Turbo Warrior here. He has Gale in his deck. That is not something I was anticipating. But we will learn a little bit more here about our opponent before conceding. Use the Blazewing to run over the Gale. Okay. Here he makes Drill. I'm kind of surprised he didn't. You can discard 1 card, and if you do, banish this card. Summon is okay. I think he might still have to discard. Pot of Avarice. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Maybe my game plan here is not that great. Of like Iron Wall plus Stardust. I mean, game 3 I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna give myself as much like turn 1 opportunities as possible, basically. He's kind of had the nuts here. I'm pretty sure he still discards here. I mean, I'm gonna double check. Double check. Drill Warrior versus Imperial Iron Wall. The OCG ruling corresponds to, then it would still discard a card. Actually, we would rule it the same. Yes, you still discard. Okay. You still discard. It has to resolve as much as possible. It's like the same as if you chain Phoenix Wing. And discard Treeborn. So it's really not that big of a deal for him. But you know, the more you know. The more you know. I think he's fine here, just because we don't have anything. I'm not sure exactly how we come back from this. We're down a lot, like a significant amount. Phoenix Wing's a good start. That's a good start. Sadly, Stratos doesn't have another search target. I've been thinking about maybe playing Ocean instead of Treeborn as our water, just so Stratos does something beyond Search Malicious. The only reason I'm playing Stratos is because it's an elemental hero that I can send with Gigaplant or Nettles. So I think Stratos is worse to summon. I'm gonna summon Blazewing Butterfly. Actually, no. Stratos is better to summon because I'm gonna pitch whatever card. So if Stratos resolves, cool. Yeah, let's hit over the Gale. He can't deprison. So he's just kind of locked. And then I've got Phoenix Wing to deal with Drill Warrior. So we're stable. It's not great, but we're stable. I also have Plague. I could have considered maybe trying to make Goyo Guardian here, but I think like really what's going to get me out of this situation is just like I didn't want to like potentially risk Goyo Guardian into that. Specifically that, yes. So he's going to pay off his life points. We're going to take 600. And yeah. He's going to... You can use command have. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know when they implement shit. I'm just an unpaid intern. No, I'm just kidding. We do have Infinite Plague, which is not good, but something, I guess. But yeah, I didn't want to risk it into that card specifically. We drew our own Solemn Judgment. Damn. This sucks. I have to set it. If that's a Raikou, he pops Iron Wall, then he gets Drill going, and it's just Jover. No. Oh. Sure. Millier 3. Millier 3. Millier 3. Sure. That's why you don't auto-click. This is probably just lights out for me, honestly, either way. This is 5,400. Pot of Avarice. I'm going to concede. I don't think we're coming back from that one. That's just my diagnosis. However, going first, we are going to switch things up a fair bit. I'm going to go for the Dust Tornadoes. I'm going to go for the Apprentice Magicians. Because we just want to have the maximum chance. I'm also going to go for the Emergency Teleport Krevins. We want to have a maximum chance of hitting. That game we didn't see Lone Fire, which obviously when you don't have UFO Turtle, you don't see Lone Fire. So maybe I want them back in. I'm not really sure. I think Breaker is like not high on my list of priorities going first. I think it's like slightly worse than the Dust Tornadoes going first. I think True Nade is also low on my list of priorities going first. So there's that. We don't want this turtle. Okay, let's see. I need to side out one more card. Blazewing Butterfly was not great there. There's a card I'm not totally certain on. I mean, it's a UFO target, and it's a Gigaplant target, and like technically can give you some grind game if you draw Supervise with it. So it's not like the weirdest thing. I think it's not bad. It also improves your Future Fusion a significant amount, because you can go like Future Fusion, Swing of Memories back, Blaze Wing, normal Blaze Wing, sack it, special Gigaplant, and then Gigaplant special Blaze Wing. And so it turns like your Future Fusion Swing of Memories into +1 sticky board, which is really nice, actually, versus a lot of matchups. It's really nice. So I think that because we're kind of in the grind game mindset, we're in our Sigma grind set mode, I'm going to side accordingly there. I think that Gale is weird. That is annoying, but whatever. We can play around that. I'm not super worried about that. I think Mirror Force can come out. I don't think we really need Mirror Force. I think we can just set up a Stardust Assault mode turn 1 and then hopefully win from that. Well, this hand does not do that, but no, it just doesn't do that at all. So we have a couple of options. We could go end phase, discard Gigaplant to set up Swing of Memories. It's incredibly slow. Alternatively, we could set Blazewing Butterfly and just hope he doesn't have a way to attack me or doesn't want to attack me. And then next turn I can set up like Gigaplant supervised stuff, which should go pretty hard in this match. I'm not sure how hard it's going to go, but it should go like decently hard. Okay, we're just going to open Lone Fire all 3 games. That's fine. At least he drew Titanial last game, so there's that. I don't think he's going to attack. I don't think he should attack, but he will attack. Yeah, he shouldn't attack because I play UFO Turtles and Sangan and stuff, but he's going to attack. So, unfortunate. We can still make it work with Swing of Memories. End phase, I am going to get the Dust Tornado down on his back row. He's not going to negate that, and I'm going to use this as an opportunity to set my Assault mode. Activate. Holy hell. That is so busted. That is such a good draw. I know this hand is amazing now. All of a sudden, this hand is just like the nuts. Beautiful. Just how we drew it up. We're going to be able to go Lone Fire, activate. The only issue is the Assault mode isn't great here, but it like doesn't fucking matter. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it just doesn't fucking matter. Because we have Gigaplant for follow-up. So, like, this is why this deck is so fucking crazy. Because you make Stardust Assault mode, but you have, like, natural follow-up. And this plays around fucking Crow, too. He can negate the Supervise. He's basically forced to negate the Supervise. If he wants to. But if he negates the Supervise, he's going to let that happen? Huge mistake. Huge mistake. So, yeah, we're able to summon Lone Fire. Activate Lone Fire. I think attacking from him was a mistake, but I also think him not negating here was another mistake too. But he's like rewarded for one of them and not rewarded for the other, you know? Okay. So if he has DD Crow, he can use it here on the Gigaplant. I can make Blackbrute Drago. I don't necessarily even need to fucking make Stardust Dragon. Right? Let me think. No, I think it's better to make Stardust. Assault mode. I think it's just better. Yeah, I think it's just better. I'm like, I don't know why I'm thinking about this. Stardust Assault mode is fucking insane. It may not be like as insane. I'm gonna activate Supervise. Special summon out Gigaplant. Activate Assault mode, activate. Sacrifice Starbucks Dragon. Go get Stardust Assault mode. Go battle phase. Attack the Titanial. And I'll hit for 24. If he has Gore's Crow, it forces him to have Gore's Crow now. I don't think he has Gore's because he set my body as a shield. So I'm pretty confident in my setup here. It might not be the best. It might be a little bit weak to DD Crow. Might be a little bit weak to a few different things. But this is about as solid as it gets for like Unbreakable in Edison format. So there's the quick draw activation. Again, I don't really care about this. Like, this is fine. Pitches. What is he going to pitch? To pitch something. Redragon, sure. Sack for Caius. Caius, I'm going to negate that. So it's a 3-for-1 at the very least. He will Pot of Avarice. He might be able to find a Crow here. But he's just down so much. and like we have so much follow up. This deck is disgusting. This deck is so cool. When you draw it like this, it feels unbeatable. It feels really, really good. Yeah, that's fine. Wow, this is so sick. I can't believe we hadn't thought of this. Like, sure, there's a lot of potential for bricking with Assault Mode activating, like Stardust Dragon Assault Mode, but like, this gives you something pretty fucking ridiculous to do, so that when you resolve Gigaplant once, you immediately win. Whereas, like, before it was like, you resolve Gigaplant, you got Power Tool Dragon, and like, sometimes your opponent, like, broke through everything, which was like, you know, sometimes that happened, you know? But, holy hell. This just feels so nice. Alright, I'm going to normal Gigaplant. Normal Gigaplant. Activate Gigaplant. So broken. So broken. Now is where things get crazy with it. You know what I mean? Now is where things get nuts. We make Black Brute Drago. You have Solemn Judgment. Okay. Let's just start popping this shit. Once per turn, you can send one Gemini monster from your hand to the graveyard to select and destroy one spell or trap card your opponent controls. Blow that shit up. Let's see it. He said snipe. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Let's go, baby. Let's go. You had them all. That's why you gotta play only 2. GG's. GG's. This was a really cool showcase of this deck. This was a really cool like concept execution. I think I'm actually gonna end the video here. I know it's a little bit shorter of a video, but I'm gonna do some more content with this deck for members only. So if you want to see me playing more of this deck, become a member, $2.99 a month, and you can check it out. I'm gonna do a little bit of work on the sideboard and the main deck and figure out some more plans, but as of right now, I think this deck is cooking. I think there's something here. I think we got something on our hands, folks. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.